Let's talk nighttime nutrition. Do you feel that throughout the day your nutritional choices are in line with your long-term health goals and that you are in control of the foods that you're choosing? Come nighttime, you're settled in at home and those feelings of control are suddenly gone. So we might start to be binging more and we might start to be choosing foods that don't align with our goals. Totally normal, and this is the number one issue that a lot of my nutrition clients will have when they come to me telling me that they're unable to reach their health goals. So this is usually a major roadblock for them. Luckily, there are ways we can troubleshoot this issue. The first one that I wanted to talk about is looking at the forbidden fruit concept. Now, the forbidden fruit concept looks at the way we will label foods and the way that we think about our foods. So if we are consistently labeling chocolate, for example, as something that's totally off limits, something we're not allowed to touch, not allowed to eat, then all of a sudden that food becomes more and more enticing. And we're more likely to give in to these cravings and eat uncontrollably or eat large amounts of this chocolate. So one way that we can start to overcome this binging or craving loop is that we start to enjoy this food in moderation. So by enjoying chocolate in small amounts, when we feel like a little bit of chocolate, we actually take that bad label off the food, and all of a sudden or over time, this food becomes less enticing. So the trick is actually to enjoy the food when we feel like it. This might seem counterintuitive to our goals, including chocolate into our nutrition or our diet, but if we can enjoy foods in moderation, then in a year's time, we're not going to have these huge blowouts and we're able to enjoy in small amounts when we feel like it. So in fact, we are reducing our calorie intake and we're also able to enjoy the food. So by taking off the bad label of certain foods or allowing it into our diet, in the long term, we're going to have better success because we're not having these huge blowouts at night and we're in total control of the foods that we're choosing to eat. So that's the forbidden fruit concept, or the idea that we're taking away the bad or the forbidden labels off certain foods and we're able to have full control of the foods that we're choosing. The second is that we are looking to increase our protein in our meals, specifically our lunch and our dinner, so that by nighttime we have a higher intake of protein and our satisfaction or our satiety levels are higher. So we might feel more satisfied and less likely to be picking at other foods. From there, we also want to be looking at increasing our protein, increasing our vegetable intake. Vegetables that are high in fibre, they're going to keep us fuller for longer, again reducing those craving sensations, and it's also going to help level or normalise our blood sugar levels. So if we're thinking about our main issue as being our nighttime eating, let's try to avoid having bad labels on our food and learn to eat in moderation. From there, we want to be looking to increase our protein and our vegetables. And if you start to implement these changes, I'm sure you'll start to see some success. But remember, it does take time. And it's okay if you slip out every now and then. Totally normal. We're only human. And we're just going to get back on track the next day rather than feeling bad or feeling guilty about the foods that we've chosen. I hope this has helped. Remember that you can always touch base with me if you need some extra tips that might be a little bit more individualized to you.